On this channel, every 2 months, I update you with my latest numbers on how I'm doing with selling cards on COMC. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I did in June and July, and follow that up with a quick overview of some specific cards that I did the best with. This is always fun, so let's get into this. First, I should say that these numbers also will include the last couple of days of May, just because my last video only had the data up to May 26th. So this video is actually May 27th to July 30th. July 31st will have to be on my next 2-month update. The numbers I will share here include my costs, which include all the various fees I have in on them, including like shipping and ingestion fees into COMC. And it will include my income from it after all the transaction fees are considered. And then I'll also include my overall profit and ROI. If you've watched these videos in the past, you kind of know the general format of these. I think this is only the third time I've done this, but this has become a every 2-month series. So keep up with this, because I think it's quite interesting. And it takes me a while to put these together as well. I mean, part of it is I'm doing it for myself, so I have more knowledge about all of this, but it does take me a while. So please do hit that like button and that subscribe button so you can make sure and catch these things whenever they do come out. Now, I just wanted to mention, I've added some new cards into the system during these 2 months, but not many, a lot less than previous months. Mostly that was because I had stopped sending in cards during the Shanghai lockdown time, since I was using a shipping forwarding company in Shanghai to ship my cards to the US. But right now I am getting a bunch of cards ready to ship over in the next few months. I have like maybe 3,000 cards ready to get shipped off. Probably I'm going to do it within 4 or 5 packages over different times. I don't like to put too many cards, maybe 500, 600, something like that at a max in one package, just in case there's any issues. I don't want to have such a crazy high value in one package that if I lost it, it would be a terrible thing for me financially. I'd rather spread that out, and then I send one, and then once it's arrived and it's, I have evidence that it's going to be uploaded in the COMC system, then I'll go ahead and send over the next one. So the next 5 packages or something like that will probably come at a relatively steady pace, but I don't rush it. But that being said, I do think I'm saying this because this is going to be one difference from these numbers compared to my last update, because in my last update, I had new cards being uploaded into my store pretty much daily. And this time, this last 2 months, it's just been a couple of the last straggling cards from my earlier submissions that kind of took until the last moment before COMC finally got them up there. But it's just a few cards. So there wasn't so many new cards uploaded into the system during this 2 months, which is probably part of the reason why we'll see some of these numbers are a slight bit down from the previous updates, although not too much. All right, so let's get into this. So during June and July, I sold 304 cards. Just to let you know, I also have 938 cards still for sale on the platform. I will link my COMC store in the comments below, so if you do want to go in and just see what else I got in there, if you want to buy anything, feel free. Of the 304 cards I've sold these 2 months, 10 were football, 28 were baseball, 1 was tennis, and the other 265 were all basketball. Again, I mostly do basketball since it's the thing I can source the most easiest in China. I could do that with soccer cards as well, but I just don't have the knowledge with soccer cards. In the shipments coming in the upcoming months, there will be more baseball than before though, since I have been getting quite a few deals on some Bowman Chrome First Autos over the past couple of months, and have just been sinking more and more kind of into the baseball prospecting game, and just find it to be a lot of fun, and I can find some cards in that. It seems like it's an area that's relatively more popular now in China than it was before, so I can find some Bowman Chrome First Autos here and there. So I am doing more in that, so you'll start to see more of those in future update videos once this pile of 3,000 cards that I'm planning on sending to COMC eventually makes its way into the system. Now, of the 304 cards sold, 229 cards were cards I had originally bought on the COMC platform itself and then flipped, and the other 75 cards were cards that I had sent into the platform from off platform. In future updates, these numbers will probably start to change as I'm beginning to spend more of my profits on buying cards that I'm sending to China to sell on the Chinese domestic market instead of flipping cards directly on COMC, at least for a little while. I'm going to see how that works. If you know from my previous videos, most of the time when I'm flipping cards on COMC, I'm getting a decent ROI, about 30% of the ones that sell. Not all of them sell, so I don't know if I was to calculate in the total ROI, including stuff that's not selling, it wouldn't be so high. But the cards that I'm going to send to China, I'm in in the midst of doing my first 600. I'm doing 2 different batches. 300 cards are on their way now, and there's going to be another 300 cards that COMC is sending to me soon, and then those will be on their way to China as well. And so I'm going to sell those. I'll make a video about those in the future, but I do think in future updates, the amount of COMC flipping I'm doing will be going down because a lot of my profits will probably go into cards that I think will sell in the Chinese market. All right, now just for comparison's sake, in the previous 2 months period, April and May, I had sold 377 total cards with a similar sort of flip to sell and off-platform kind of ratio, so not too much different. So I have sold a little bit less in June and July, but the numbers are closer than I thought they'd be, since the second half of July in particular here has really been very slow for me, I think. Now, of the 229 cards flipped on the COMC platform, I had spent a total of $1,217.28 on them and sold them after transaction fees for $1,659.64 for a profit of $442.36, which is a 36% return on investment. So I'm cool with that. But for comparison's sake, April and May, I had made a profit of $561.82 with a 40% ROI. So a bit higher ROI, a bit higher profit, but in the same wheelhouse, which is nice, especially considering I've actually been buying less cards for flipping during, especially about the past month. During July, I haven't really been trying to flip much. I've mostly been buying cards to sell in China, as I was saying before. So the fact that those numbers are pretty close to April and May is actually surprising to me. Now, just as a reminder, if you're thinking about, how you can do this too on COMC and try to flip some cards, the approach I'm doing does avoid one of the major fees. COMC charges a 10% cash out fee if you take your profits as cash, but I'm not doing it that way. So far, I've either been using, previously to this month, I've been using my profits to flip into other cards and then resell them and then kind of, try to cycle it that way. And now what I'm doing is I'm taking my profit and buying cards that I'm going to sell elsewhere. So, I'm avoiding that 10% cash out fee. If you were to try to do this, you have to, and you wanted to get cash directly from COMC, you have to just keep that in mind. That 10% cash out fee is pretty significant. It can be pretty significant. So this is why I'm kind of trying to go around doing it this way. All right, now of the 75 cards that I sold that I had sent in from off-platform, I had spent a total of $382.34 on them, including shipping costs and COMC ingestion fees and all that, of course. I sold them after transaction fees for $760.76 for a profit of $378.42, making a 99% return on investment for those 75 cards. For comparison's sake, in April and July, I had sold 99 cards from off-platform for an $866 profit and a 131% ROI. So though that 99% ROI in June and July is something I'm still super happy with, I did make a smaller ROI and a total of about $500 less profit in June and July from cards I had sent in. Now, again, I think there's a couple of reasons for this. One is I noticed that June and especially July, the cards I was selling were mostly really low-end stuff, like cards that went for maybe $2 to $5 or so. Sometimes my ROI on those really super low-end cards is smaller just because the ingestion fee and the shipping fee eats into the ROI percentage more significantly than it does for cards that sell for a bit higher. Secondly, like I said, because I haven't been uploading many new cards into COMC system during these 2 months, some of the more popular kinds of cards that I've sent into the system sold during earlier months. So in future updates, this is likely going to start to look a lot different. And also, I'm sending in less of the $2 to $5 cards in upcoming batches as well, and more of the $10 to $50 card kind of range. So expect to see some changes in some of these updates over time as I'm kind of gradually shifting my approach. So in total, from the 304 cards I sold during June and July, my initial cost on all of them together, including all those relevant fees, was $1,599.62, and the amount I got back from them after irrelevant fees was $2,420.40, for an overall profit of $820.78 during these 2 months, which is a 51% ROI. Now, this is about $600 less than my total profit in April-May, with a slightly less ROI as well, but still something I'm quite happy with, especially considering I thought my sales in these 2 months were actually going to be a lot less than that, since my sales have just really felt so much slower. But considering that less cards entered the COMC system, and considering a large percentage of my profits have gone to about 600 cards that I'm planning to sell in the Chinese domestic market, meaning that less went into flipping on the platform, I'd say that overall I'm actually really happy with these numbers. All right, now that we've looked at the numbers, let's go over a few highlights of some of the cards I sold during these 2 months. I'm just going to share with you the top 11 highest profit sales. The numbers that I'm going to include here are going to include all the relevant fees, and I'm also going to mention to you if they're COMC flips or if they're cards that I sent in from off the platform. All right, these are fun. Number 11, the 2007-8 SP Authentic Destination Stardom rookie of Kevin Durant. I paid $22 for this. I sold it for $38 for a profit of $16, and this was a COMC flip. So I bought it on COMC and sold it on COMC a little bit later. Number 10 is the 2019 National Convention VIP numbered out of 99 of Kyler Murray, which I paid $20.75 for, sold for $37.76 for a profit of $17.01. And this was a card I had sent in to COMC. Number 9, the 2021 Revolution Sunburst numbered out of 75 of Isaac Okoro, his rookie. I paid just $4 for this one, sold it for $22.56 for an $18.56 profit, and this was also a card I had sent in to COMC. Number 8 is the 2018 Upper Deck Goodwin Champions Goody Sport Royal Memorabilia. It's an event-used patch card of Serena Williams. I paid, including auction fees, so I put this one up for auction, $15.25. I sold it in that auction for $34 for a profit of $18.75. And I kind of wish in retrospect, I mean, it's good profit, but I think if I had done this as a buy it now and just waited, I probably could have sold it more because it's a pretty cool card. I actually almost wanted to keep this one for my PC. Pretty cool. An event used patch of Serena Williams. I might eventually get one of these, something like this for my PC in the future. Number 7, a 1415 Purple Prism die cut numbered to 139 of Larry Bird. I paid just $5.75 for this, sold it for $30.40 for a profit of $24.65, and this was also a card I had sent in to COMC from off-platform. Number 6 is the 2021 Optic Blue Prism Signature, numbered out of 49, of Udoka Azubuike. It's his rated rookie, and I paid $22 for this, sold it for $47.26 for a profit of $25.26. And this was a COMC flip. Number 5 is the 2018 Father's Day Panini Collection Escher Squares numbered out of 25 of Ronald Acuna from his rookie year. I paid $19.25 for this one after auction fees. This was another one I had done an auction for. I sold it in an auction for $48 for a profit of $28.75, and this was also a card I had sent in to COMC. Number 4 is the 12-13 Panini Brilliance Scorers Ink insert in PSA 10 of Damian Lillard from his rookie year. So this one I paid $63.25 for, sold for $93.10 for a profit of $29.85, and this was a card I had also sent in to COMC. Number 3, the 2021 Optic Red Wave Tyrese Maxey rookie. I bought this one for $8.75, sold it for $47.26 for a profit of $38.51, and this was a card I had sent in to COMC and adds to the list of Tyrese Maxey cards that have made me a lot of money. Tyrese Maxey may possibly be the player who overall has made me more money over the past year or so than anybody. Number 2, 21-22 Origins Rookie Jersey Auto Green, numbered out of 5 of Corey Kispert. I paid $70.80 for this. I sold it for $141.55 for a profit of $70.75. And this was a COMC flip. And the number 1 most profitable card for me during this 2-month period was the 2020 Bowman Chrome Prospect Auto in BGS 9.5 of Andy Pages. And I don't think that's actually how you pronounce his last name, but I can't get my mind to pronounce it right. Pages, maybe, I think? Andy Pages, something like that. So I paid $149 for this, sold it for $236.55 for a profit of $87.55, sorry, I don't want to miss that last 5 cents. And this was also a COMC flip. So though most of these cards, actually 7 of these 11 were cards I had sent in, 4 of them were COMC flips, including the 2 cards that had much larger profits than any of the other cards. That number 2 one, the Corey Kispert card. Really, I just saw that one for $70 and I was like, wow, a numbered out of 5 rookie jersey auto of a rookie that I feel is undervalued, and that card was just seemed really cheap to me. So I was just like, I'm gonna give it a chance and I put it right back up for sale, about double my purchase price, and it sold pretty quickly actually. So that was a good one. That kind of speaks to just like keeping your eyes open. Sometimes if you're looking to flip a card, you don't need to be searching necessarily for something specific. You just got to kind of keep your eyes open to what's there, and every once in a while something will pop up that just seems like, okay, you could do something with this. And then also similar for that number 1 card, the Andy Paget's card, I have been doing a lot of research trying to figure out good potential high upside baseball prospects, and this card I was kind of surprised I went for this, because I don't have a lot of knowledge about him, but it seemed underpriced. It seemed like he was the kind of player that could have some spikes. So I went ahead and tried it, even though it's one of the most expensive cards I've bought on the COMC platform, one of the, 3 or 4 most expensive cards I've ever bought on the platform. So I was really happy when I sold that one relatively shortly afterwards for an $87.55 profit. So I was very happy. Actually, those 2 cards, the Kispert card and the Andy Paget's card, were, I think, the 2 high, like maybe the most expensive cards I bought this 2 months. Actually, for sure, the most expensive cards I bought this 2 months. So I'm very happy that those ones sold, because I always get a little bit nervous when I pay that much. I mean, for some people, that's not a big deal to spend $70 for that first card, or $149 for that second card. But I never buy cards at that kind of price. I'm much more about quantity and just the constant movement of things, but less about like individual cards that are so expensive. So I was very happy that those 2 both sold quite quickly. All right, so that's it for this update video. I'll have another one of these for August and September, probably towards the end of September, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that. And in between, we'll have plenty of other videos about all sorts of topics. I like to keep this channel all about sports cards, but in a variety of different ways. These COMC ones seem to be some of the most popular, and I do enjoy making these ones for sure. But we've got a lot of content about a lot of different kinds of topics, so definitely follow along with this channel, and let us know in the comments below anything that came to mind as you were watching this video. So anyway, that's it for now. Peace.